So Dreambaum, who did all that FF16 stuff for us, put up together a compilation. Chris told me he'd done the thing with Yoshi P. Let's see what Yoshi has to say then. This is about FF16. Yoshi P says one of the main themes in 16 will be the clash of values and ideals and how the dominants think about the state of the world considering the power they wield. Ooh, because we've got all these different nations in 16, all with different beliefs and stuff. FF15 was very consciously about male friendships and masculinity. Oh, yeah. Oh, we getting oily. What overall themes in this game trying to express? I haven't played 15, but I assume that was the friendship among four bros, just broing out and being generally bros. Yeah? Just broing it out, dude. Just broing it out. One of the main themes explored in 16's narrative deals with the inevitable clash of values and ideals when you get multiple different people with different ideals in the same room. Oh, yeah. It was Top Gun volleyball vibes. I have no issue. I can lie in a bed of naked men and be fine. No issue with me. What is truly right and what is truly wrong? How black and white? Again, because we focus so much on their dominance, and they have such a large part in this story. So is dominance the replacement word for primals, essentially, for the Aeons, the Eidolons, whatever? You're going to see how they think the world should be and what they think is right for the world. You're going to focus on those motivations and those struggles, and then you're going to delve even deeper and into darker themes when it comes to how people should live. I am so excited for this. This feels like it's going to be Garlemald times 20. Like, this makes me really, really excited, because you guys know how much I love this kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, I could dig it. If they really, really explore that conflict and mistrust and indoctrination that happens about other cultures, that could be so good. Should people live the life that was chosen for them or fight to break free from that kind of destiny? Okay, I'm very excited about that. There are no plans to have supplementary material to FF16. They're working to make a game a complete experience. In 2023? What? What do you mean? That makes no sense. No! Okay, I say, let me put this forward. If we take out 2 of the nations from 16, and then we make one of the nations only playable on day 1 for pre-orderers, right? So that makes it like really more tempting for people to buy the game, is if we make it so that one of the nations, or in fact, you don't get Ifrit if you don't pre-order, right? You just don't get that. You don't get Ramu, you don't get Odin. Those are DLCs. You have to pay for those in the micro shop. That would be so much more fun, I think, and a much more immersive experience. Most shockingly, Clive Rossfield will go through 3 stages of life. His teens, his 20s, and his 30s. Oh, we're going to see him mature over the game. Oh, that's dope. Are there plans to support the world with tertiary lore material or self-contained? Currently, there are no plans to create anything. For example, like a lore book. Oh, they weren't talking about DLC. I just went completely off the rails there. Like a lore book like we had in 14. So the development team is currently working really hard to make the final release of the game a complete experience so that no other tertiary content will be required to enjoy or understand it. And so how the story and the narrative progresses is that we follow the life of Clive Rossville through... Clive? Why do you guys always pick these weird names? Cecil, Clive, Titus. Through 3 different stages, teens, 20s, and 30s. Bring back... FF16 will not be open world. It will instead focus on independent areas to give a truly global scale. I'm down with that. I am down with that. Yeah, I for the single players, I much prefer the... Not on rails, but more linear narrative, for sure. Potentially a world close to how FF12 and 14 have pulled off. We found in our extensive user research that many of the younger generation of gamers have never played an FF or don't have any interest in the series. To create a game that might excite and resonate not only with our core fans, but also with the new generation, we played a lot of game ourselves. And so yes, in 16, you'll find inspiration from recent AAA open-world RPGs. However, to bring a story that feels like it spans an entire globe and beyond, we decided to avoid open-world design that limits us to a single open-world space. Instead, focus on an independent area-based game design that can give players a better feel of a truly global scale. I'm down for that. I'm totally down for that. The problem is, like, the way I play it, if you give me an open world, I am not doing the story quest until I'm capped and I've got everything. I'm not doing it. And it's because I know there's, like, secrets and there's things to find and cool stuff. If you give me an open world, I will walk out of that door. You will say, go 3 yards to do the story quest, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be doing everything else. Like Elden Ring. We didn't do the story for 2 days. 2 days! FF16 will have party members to accompany Clive on his journey, but they will not be playable. They will still, however, fight and talk with Clive. Interesting. We didn't want to overwhelm users in our newest trailer, so we focused solely on Clive's battles. That said, for most of his journey, Clive will be accompanied by 1 or more companions. These companions will participate in battle as well as trade banter with Clive. That said, the party members will be AI-driven so as to allow players to focus solely on controlling Clive. So this is more with the new combat style that I haven't really messed with yet. So we'll find more about that in like 12 or maybe 15 or something. The dog featured in the first FF16 trailer has a name and it's called Torgal. Ryoki Yoshida doesn't rule out that he could become a party member. Oh yeah. If they kill this fucking dog. Don't go down that road. Don't go down that road. Do not kill that dog. Every dog in a game is just so in danger. It lives in fear. It knows it's got 1 foot in the grave and the tail's also going in, right? Speaking with IGN in a new interview following 16's latest trailer, Yoshi P teased a bit more info about the franchise's newest canine. Well, let's just say he's more of a wolf than a pupper, and his name is Torgal. Yoshida says, as for him being a party member, you'll just have to wait and see. Do not kill that fucking dog. Don't kill the dog. Yoshi P says each icon battle will feel different. A 3D shooting game, pro wrestling match, Battlefield. Bro. The overall game design for these icon versus icon battles, however, is meant to be unique, and in fact, we don't actually use the same exact system twice. Each battle is completely unique in its playstyle. So this is like pulling from the limit breaks from what they called Overcharge or whatever it's called, where they got like their own style to each one. And so we're doing something that's kind of crazy. For example, maybe one icon versus icon battle. If you have icon A versus B, that battle will be reminiscent of a 3D shooter. Whereas another icon versus a different one is more like a pro wrestling match. And then maybe even a third one versus another, which will transform an entire area into a battlefield. I wonder if that'd be like an RTS style or something like that. I don't know. And so again, we didn't reuse these systems. And each one of these icon versus icon battles is unique and will change with each battle. Because of that, and because the battles are so different in nature, the UI has to change for each battle, and so you'll see slight differences in the UI between these battles. However, we ended up having to cut a lot of that from the trailer because it ends up being story spoilers, and we don't want to have that. No, we don't. No, we don't, my friend. That's why I feel okay about reading interviews with Yoshi P. Because he gives a shit. You know when we watch the live letters and they're trying to like show us... how long did it take us to show that new Alliance raid? Because he was desperate to make sure we didn't see that character in the distance. Right? He was so desperate to like, I can't show that character in the distance. I just want to show you the environment, I want to show the music. He was like pissing about, trying to shove his face into a wall for like 5 minutes so he could just show us a little bit of the arena. Yeah, I got a live letter next Friday. It's going to be dope, man. I'm going to get some popcorn in for it and a beer. Yoshi P says the recent user research showed that users felt the series were becoming static in their vision, which is why they wanted to aim for something different and show the series can go in different directions. So for those of you who've played the teens, more obviously I've not. 10 is the furthest along the single-player stories I've gotten. Did they become kind of samey, like you knew it was very formulaic, would you say? Like you just knew what you were going to get once you picked it up? You're like, okay, well this is that, and this is that, and this is that. Not really. Okay. What about story-wise? They were heavily sci-fi? Okay. They started experimenting hard. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what he says here. As you know, the Final Fantasy series is kind of famous or infamous for being different with each entry in the series. That said, after doing some recent user research, we found that a lot of users were finding that a lot of the recent FF games were kind of becoming static in that vision. So we wanted to use this as an opportunity to step back from that and try something different. Not just for us, but thinking to the future of FF and forthcoming projects. We wanted to try something different and maybe show that, yeah, the series can go in different directions rather than focusing on one. Which is great. I mean, Resident Evil's done that, and it's done really well with it, so I'm down. 15 was good until this wasn't. I'm going to find out myself. We'll get there. A new trailer for 16 is slated to release this fall to focus on the world and lore and storyline. Might skip that one, just pre-warning you for those of you seen the new trailer. If it's got story stuff in it, I kind of maybe avoid that one. I'm going to play it regardless. While we just released our second trailer, we're currently already working on readying a third for release this fall. In that trailer, we hope to concentrate a little bit more on the world and the lore and the storyline, and hopefully bring a little bit more of the information to players, showing what the story is going to be like, what the narrative is going to be like, and how that's going to fit into the world. So I probably will skip that. Just letting you know. Not that I don't think there'll be spoilers in it. I want to be clear. I don't think there'll be any spoilers in it, but I just don't want to know. I want to find it out myself. HP says Clive will have a trusted buddy in 16, potentially the puppers. Yeah. Fighting won't be a solo experience. Contrary to how it appears in the trailer, the main character Clive will be accompanied by several AI-controlled party members who will banter and connect throughout the game, similar to past FF games. Yoshida also teases that there will be a faithful buddy that Clive can give specific commands to during the combat, despite the majority of player control focusing on Clive. Okay. Yoshi says the Kingdom Hearts team has contributed to real-time combat and boss battles. Never play Kingdom Hearts. He also confirms again that Devil May Cry 5 and Dragon's Dogma designer is involved as combat director. I'm a very dirty Moogle. It's just inappropriate. While specific details of the combat will be revealed at a later date, Yoshida is confident in the direction the system is taking. He believes that Squeenix, now with titles like 15, 7 Remake, and the Kingdom Hearts series under its belt, finally has the expertise to create a compelling action combat system that players, regardless of their familiarity with the series, will enjoy. The Kingdom Hearts team at Squeenix has been especially helpful in contributing to those real-time combat and boss battles. It can be said that the battles in 16 are in some ways a culmination of the company's past experiences. That sounds like fun, though. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is beloved for a lot of people, so I'm sure it's decent. 16 will have a skill tree to unlock further abilities for each icon. So FF16 borrowing from WoW. Yeah! Feel my splooge! Thank you, dude. You'll also be able to respec. Oh, what? Sad. Sad. You should be. Where's the meaningful choice? Any game that lets you respec is not committed to its goal. You're able to respec and find the build that suits you. Hey, casual game or what? Casual game. After claiming an icon's power, Clive will be able to unlock the icon's abilities in what we can call an ability tree. And then Clive will earn points during regular battles and use those points to further unlock abilities within that tree. We want players to be able to use this system to customize their characters their own playstyle, to use these points to purchase abilities that they want to use or power up the abilities they're already enjoying using. That said, we also want players to be able to decide on something that really fits them, and so, rather than having those point decisions be final, we're going to allow the players the opportunity to refund those points at any time and as many times as they want. No! My immersion is ruined! So they can experiment with different builds. Oh, that sounds like so little fun. Oh, sounds miserable. It sounds terrible. Unbelievable. But RPGs don't have choices like that, Yoshi P. Have you played an RPG, Yoshi P? I don't think you've paid attention. You've not played any RPGs. It's fucking sad. Sad, mate. Clive will need to fight icons in both his human and icon form. Not sure if you are only free, or you can also fight as other icons. And so realizing that in the game now has been of kind of what we've been working on. In 16, players will not only get to fight against giant icons in Clive's small human form, but will have the opportunity to... So we're like a Power Ranger. As large as an icon and become the icon themselves. Oh, I need to make a note for Chris. At Chunky Ninja. When building the stream UI for FF16, we need the quote from Rita Repulsa in Power Rangers where she made the baddies grow. Noted. There it is. Decision made. Is it magic wand? Make my monster grow? Make my monster grow. That's what we need. We need that. These massive scale battles and the changing of their scales will... Gotcha. Chris has noted it. Good. From small to large will all play out in real time, kind of connecting the action. The cutscenes and the dialogue and story all weave together seamlessly without any loading times. Create this exciting roller coaster type of ride that we don't think players will find anywhere else. Cool. Yoshi says there used to be a super technological civilization that collapsed. Fucking Alligans, baby. And its ruins remain invalid. Okay, that's story stuff. Alligans, baby. They also cannot easily transform. Okay. There's some stuff here I don't want to read yet. 3 stages of life.
This sounds awesome.
Other characters may be playable. One of the themes of the game is the bonds between people. You also have a buddy. Yeah, okay. 16 will have a hunt system. Hideouts, strong monsters, side quests, and simple crafting to build weapons and items. You can explore or beeline through the story. Yeah. I mean, we're doing that. Oh god, is this going to be the sub emote during... Yeah, this is the sub emote. That's the sub emote during Final Fantasy 16. 100%. That's what we need. That needs to be the sub emote. And the 10,000. She was a great actress. She played that role so well. Didn't she end up? She was like the only one who got to stick around for like the entire thing, right? Oh crap! I closed the thing we were reading. Okay, that's fine actually. I don't want to read much more. It's we're getting into too much detail, and we're gonna play the crap out of it. So.